Hello and welcome back to some more Bitburners. So in the last video, we created a script called Auto Purchase Hacknet Node that automatically purchases Hacknet Node for us. And then as you can see here, our Hacknet Node script has already generated us 36 maxed out Hacknet nodes. And how the script works is that it makes a decision based on the return on investment from doing an action. So whether it's purchasing or upgrading anything, it ensures that whatever action it takes, it's gonna provide us with the maximum return. I temporarily stopped that script mainly because I want to save up for some augmentations. So yeah, so I know that in the last video I promised that I was gonna show you guys how to create a script that interacts with the stock market. But over the last few days I've noticed a spike in I guess my viewer count and then engagement, and I wanted to do something very special for the 10th episode. I'm gonna be showing you guys something that you thought wasn't possible in this game. Mainly because when you look at this game from the Steam page, it advertises it as a single player game. But in reality, it is possible to make it multiplayer. So what I'm going to be showing you guys is how to create scripts that interacts with third-party APIs. In fact, not just third-party APIs, but third-party services. So if you create an external server from somewhere, you can actually interact with that. So I created a script here called get YouTube comments that returns all the comments from my Bitburner videos so that I can reply to them while in game. So if you run that script, what that script does is that it retrieves your username, what video you commented on, and then the date, and then the actual text that you wrote on my YouTube videos. So what this does is that it only retrieves the top level comments. So if you have any comments, suggestions, or just anything that you want to say to me that tell me I suck, whatever, just feel free to leave a comment on any of my videos, and then this script will pull it from the YouTube API and then display it on my screen. It's just so that I can interact with you guys a lot more and also answer some of the questions that you may have. Alright, so I only have three comments, but that's okay. I'm still getting used to this YouTube thing. So I guess the latest comment here is from Knoxford. He said that I'd love to get my hands on the scripts if you have a page to share. I tried watching through and copying your code, but it won't actually start to hack. Yeah, so sometimes there's if you copy it straight away, it's probably not gonna work. You might have missed a few things or missed a few brackets here and there. But I have made it available on my GitHub page, which should be showing up in on the screen, or I guess it's gonna be on the description below. If you wanna have a look at my source code. So how this GitHub will work is that if after I release the video or the episode, I'm gonna be also pushing the code later in the day, just so that you can have a reference code to use whenever you're playing this game. Alright, so next one is from the Master Prowler 76. This was a very good explanation. Thank you. Thanks for that comment. So this was from my first Bitburner video, which I talk about the automated deploy script. Yeah, thank you. That was my first attempt. And then same with the Lotaro Devegili. Sorry if I mispronounce your name, but yeah, so very nice video. Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for my 6 new subscribers. Really appreciate it. So I guess in this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how I created this get YouTube comment script, and obviously I'm gonna omit some information, mainly because it's I guess private. There's some information that are private. Alright, so this is the get YouTube comments script that I made. And as you can see, it interacts with the YouTube API. So this is the actual YouTube API from Google. And how does script work? If we scroll down to the very bottom here, is that first we grab all the videos from our playlist, and then from the playlist items, I then retrieve all the comments for each video in the playlist, and then I sort it by the date, so just so that whenever I display it in my alert, it shows up with the latest comment first and then the earliest comment last. And then I display the comments. So this is when I convert all the, I guess, metadata information from the comments and then join them into new lines and then display an alert after that. So moving into this get playlist items script here, as you can see, we interact with some of the YouTube API endpoints. So for the playlist items, I just hit the playlist items endpoint here. I pass in a whole bunch of parameters. So part, so this is, I guess, the what sort of information would you extract from the playlist items. So I extract the snippet, the content details, and then the status. Max results, so I return, I think, my first 100 videos. So I'm not up to that yet, but so I just retrieve 100 just in case. I then pass in my playlist ID, and obviously this playlist ID is currently I guess a star, because mainly because I want to keep it private. And then here I pass in my API key. So this is you have to set up your Google Cloud credentials to retrieve your API key. But I'm pretty sure that there's a whole bunch of documentation that teaches you how to set one up for your YouTube API. And then here I create the URL. So how this works is that I first combine all the query parameter string, and then URI encode all of its values. So for example, the comma will now turn into like %20 or something like that. I can't remember, but it's gonna URI encode everything so that it's HTML friendly, and then we join that using the ampersand symbol. And then as soon as we grab the parameter string, we then construct our fetch URL. And then from the fetch URL, you can how I interact with the third-party API is that Bitburner is implemented using Electron and also React. Uh, so anything that you can do from creating normal web applications, you can do using the Bitburner client. So from here, I can call the native fetch command, which is using Ajax. So it makes an Ajax request to the YouTube API URL, and then we grab the JSON structure for that to grab the data. And then after grabbing the data, I then mapped some of the metadata information to the list of results. And then I also make sure that I filter out the ones that are only public, mainly because the ones that are public are videos that you guys can comment on. And then I return all that results. And then we move on to the next set of instructions. So from retrieving all the playlist items, I then pass into this get playlist comments function. And what this does is, again, it goes through every single video in that playlist item and then retrieves all the comments from that. So much like the get playlist API, we interact with the YouTube API to retrieve all the comments using the comment threads endpoint. And then we pass in a few query parameters. So part, so I only grab the snippet. The maximum results, so this means that I'm only going to be grabbing the first 100 comments. So if we go beyond that, I'm not going to be able to see it, or I'm going to be having to modify the script just so that I can retrieve the ones that are actually latest. I pass in the video ID just to filter out that I want comments on that video. And then again, I pass in the API key. And then from the base URL and then the query parameters, we then construct our fetch URL, which we then pass to the Ajax fetch request. And then for every single comment, I map it to something that I can quickly display. So I grab the video URL, video title, the text of I guess the top level comment, the author name, and then the date. And then I return all of that. And then here I sort all those comments based off first the latest one up to the earliest one. And then don't worry if I guess you don't get featured in the video. I try to make sure that I look at all the comments in my videos and try to get you guys engaged. So if you want to ask me anything, feel free to leave a comment on my videos, and then I'm gonna be running this every time I record. And then after I sort the comments, I then display all that comment on an alert. And what this one will do is it's gonna allow me to display all that information within an alert. Yeah, so that's about it. I guess in the next few days, I'm gonna be trying to figure out this stock market API. Um, yeah, any suggestions would be very, very much appreciated. So yeah, so that's I guess the video. I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.